Dr. Marcus Greene had seen a lot in his years as a veterinarian: broken legs, strange growths, heartbreaking goodbyes. He knew the job meant dealing with hard days and even more complex decisions, but nothing prepared him for what happened the day Lola, a pregnant chocolate lab, came into his clinic. She looked like any other soon-to-be canine mom, wagging her tail as she waddled through the door without a care. The delivery started like dozens he'd done before, but something happened midway. The change was so strange and unexpected that it made him stop cold, and from that moment, the story took a turn no one could have predicted. Before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Mrs. Thompson walked into Dr. Greene's office, cradling Lola, her chocolate Labrador, looking visibly worried and hopeful. Lola was about to become a mom for the first time. Dr. Greene gave a kind smile and a few reassuring words. This was routine, and everything looked fine. Mrs. Thompson nodded, trying to calm her nerves. Lola wasn't just any dog. She was family. Chocolate Labs are known for their warm hearts and gentle spirits, and Lola was no different. But what none of them knew, what no one expected, was that this was no ordinary pregnancy. Lola had always been considered family by the Thompsons, so when the time came, Mrs. Thompson didn't take any chances. She brought her to Dr. Greene's clinic, hoping for a smooth delivery and a little peace of mind. He'd been doing this for years, and it showed. Sure, many dogs deliver safely at home, but with Lola being a first-time mom, the clinic was the safest choice. And with everything about to change, that decision mattered more than anyone could have guessed. When Dr. Greene saw Lola that day, he did a double-take. Her belly had grown a lot since her last visit, more than he expected. He glanced at the x-rays he'd taken that morning and gave a quiet nod. This was going to be a long day. Turning to Mrs. Thompson, he gently explained that Lola was likely carrying a large litter. Her wide eyes said it all. The team prepped the room and got into place. For nearly 2 months, Mrs. Thompson had been counting down the days. 63. To be exact, that's how long most dog pregnancies last. She'd been nesting right alongside Lola, buying supplies, fussing over details, imagining little paws skittering across her floor. So, when the big day came, the clinic buzzed with quiet tension. Everyone was ready. Dr. Greene led the delivery with steady hands. Even the nurses standing by felt their hearts racing just a bit faster than usual. Dr. Greene remembered Lola from her last visit, a happy, tail-wagging blur of energy that filled the exam room with joy. Like most labs, she was full of life and always ready for attention. But when Mrs. Thompson brought her in this time, everything had changed. Lola was restless, whining, and panting hard. Her eyes darted around the room anxiously. She wasn't her usual bubbly self. Dr. Greene didn't need to guess he'd seen this before. Lola was going into labor, and it was happening fast. He gave Mrs. Thompson a calm nod and called in his team. Whatever was coming, Lola needed them more than ever. Mrs. Thompson could barely sit still. Seeing Lola in distress had her heart racing, and it showed, but Dr. Greene gently reminded her that dogs pick up on human feelings, and right then, Lola needed her calm. She nodded, took a deep breath, and rested a hand on Lola's back. Her touch was soft and steady, and soon both of them began to settle. It was a small moment, but it mattered. Dr. Greene gave the signal, and the team carefully moved Lola to the delivery area. The puppies were coming soon, and everyone could feel it. The room grew quiet, waiting for the first sign of new life. Most dog litters consist of 5 to 6 puppies, though it's not unusual to see as few as 1 or as many as 12. Mrs. Thompson sat nearby, nervously counting each tiny body as it arrived, quietly hoping for a healthy bunch. Lola was doing her part like a champ, focused and strong. Even though dogs usually handle labor on their own, Dr. Greene stayed close, gloved, and ready to step in, just in case. The room felt tense but hopeful. Each new pup brought a wave of relief and wonder. Everyone leaned in, waiting to see just how many surprises Lola had in store. Dogs going through labor are usually quick compared to humans. Most last between 3 and 12 hours. Still, when Lola started, no one knew how long it would take or how many puppies were coming. One by one, the puppies arrived 4, then 6, then 8. The room grew quiet as the count kept climbing. By the time it was over, 12 healthy puppies had made their entrance. It was a rare and exhausting delivery, but most of all, it was unforgettable. Lola's litter was as colorful as it was big 3 black, 4 chocolate, 3 yellow, and 1 silver pup tucked in among the others. That silver one drew attention right away. Silver Labradors are rare, and this little one shimmered under the lights. The team smiled at the even-split 6 girls and 6 boys. It all felt like a small miracle. But then things shifted. As the puppies wriggled and whimpered, one stayed quiet. Its tiny paws didn't move, and it made no sound. The room tensed. Dr. Greene stepped forward, and his eyes locked onto the still body. Something was wrong. The word stillborn hovered in the air. Mrs. Thompson covered her mouth, eyes wide with worry. But Dr. Greene wasn't ready to give up. He gently rubbed the pup's chest, warming it, willing it to fight. Lola had just given birth to 11 squirming, healthy pups. She was tired and worn out, but she wasn't done. As Dr. Greene worked to revive the pup, Lola slowly stood up. She walked over to where the team huddled and gently nudged the tiny body with her nose. It wasn't frantic, just a soft, sure touch, like a mother telling her baby, "I'm here." The room fell silent. For all the vet's tools and training, sometimes it's a mother's touch that makes the most difference. Just when it seemed like hope was slipping away, the tiny pup let out the faintest breath. Then another. Lola gave a few soft licks as if she'd never doubted her baby would pull through. She settled down again, curling protectively around her now complete litter. Relief filled the room, but Dr. Greene felt things weren't over yet. What really caught everyone's eye was the mix of colors. Labs usually come in black, yellow, or chocolate. But Lola's litter had every shade plus a silver pup that didn't match the usual chart. Something strange was going on, and it wasn't just genetics. At their first checkup, everything looked perfect. But a call from Mrs. Thompson changed things. She mentioned that 6 of the puppies had opened their eyes, while the others hadn't. Puppies usually open their eyes around the same time. Dr. Greene offered to stop by the house. He began his visit by picking up each puppy, starting with Miracle, the one with a white patch on her chest. But it wasn't the marking that stopped him. It was her eyes. One was the usual deep brown, but the other was a striking blue. Heterochromia is rare in Labradors. Dr. Greene turned to Mrs. Thompson and asked if any others looked like Miracle. She nodded. Destiny does. Destiny shared the same blue and brown eyes, white chest mark, and even a curled tail not common in Labradors. Labradors are built for water. Their tails are straight, acting like rudders. But Miracle and Destiny had curled tails. That, along with their rare eyes and markings, raised more questions. These 2 puppies weren't just different, they were something no one had seen before. Dr. Greene couldn't shake the feeling that something about Lola's litter didn't add up, so he gently suggested DNA testing. Mrs. Thompson looked concerned. Something in their genes was telling a story, and he wanted to read it. Mrs. Thompson agreed. Dr. Greene gently took cheek swabs from both puppies and sent the samples to the lab. Then came the hardest part waiting. Dr. Greene was in the middle of a routine checkup when the results arrived. As soon as he finished, he tore open the envelope and scanned the report. The results didn't just confirm the puppies were different, they revealed something almost unheard of. Miracle and Destiny were monozygotic twins, identical twins. In humans, that's rare. In dogs, it's nearly impossible. Most litters are made up of fraternal siblings, each from a separate egg. But Miracle and Destiny came from one fertilized egg that split in 2. It's a phenomenon so rare that the first confirmed case in dogs wasn't reported until 2016. Before then, it was considered almost mythical. These weren't just rare puppies. They were part of something historic. Finding out they were identical twins left Dr. Greene stunned. In all his years, he'd never seen anything like it. He reached out to colleagues, searched articles, and asked questions. There weren't many answers. When he shared the findings with Mrs. Thompson, she was just as shocked. The word miracle now felt more fitting than ever. Most pet owners don't want frequent vet visits, but Mrs. Thompson kept returning to Dr. Greene's clinic. Not because something was wrong, Lola was fine, and the puppies were thriving, but because something unusual kept unfolding. Then came another surprise. While chatting during a visit, Mrs. Thompson mentioned that Miracle and Destiny were growing faster than the others, significantly faster. That caught Dr. Greene's attention. He thought the mystery might have ended with the DNA results. But Lola's pups weren't done surprising him. He returned to the house with a notebook in hand, determined to investigate. He weighed each puppy, measured their length, and took careful notes. Miracle and Destiny were healthy and strong, but the rest of the litter wasn't growing at the same pace. The gap was too wide to be normal. Could it be nutrition, genetics, something else? Determined to understand, he consulted other veterinarians and animal experts. Still, none of their ideas explained the sharp contrast in growth. In the end, they agreed they needed more information, whatever was hiding in those puppies' DNA. It was time to uncover it. With cotton swabs in hand and many unanswered questions, Dr. Greene returned to Mrs. Thompson's home. One by one, he carefully swabbed the cheeks of each puppy. The samples would be sent to the lab again, but this time the whole litter would be included. Once again, Dr. Greene found himself waiting, checking the mail, glancing at the clock, and wondering what the lab would say this time. Then, on an ordinary afternoon, his assistant handed him an envelope. He opened it slowly, not expecting anything too wild, but what he read made him stop cold. The mystery was finally solved. Lola's puppies had been conceived through something called superfecundation. It sounded dramatic, but the meaning was simple. Lola had 2 litters growing at the same time, fathered by 2 different dogs. It was rare, but it explained everything. Suddenly, all the strange details made perfect sense. Superfecundation isn't just a wild word, it's a real thing. And while it's most common in dogs, it's still rare. It happens when a female mates with more than one male during her fertile window, resulting in puppies from different fathers in the same litter. When Dr. Greene explained this to Mrs. Thompson, her jaw nearly hit the floor. 2 dads? 2 litters at once? With the DNA results finally making sense of everything, Dr. Greene couldn't help but ask Mrs. Thompson if she had any idea how Lola ended up with 2 litters from 2 dads. She sighed and gave a sheepish smile. Apparently, during one of Lola's heat cycles, she had managed a little unplanned adventure. Mrs. Thompson thought Lola had only met 1 male that night, but clearly Lola had been a bit busier than expected. It all clicked now. That one night out had led to 1 very unusual litter, well, technically 2. Miracle and Destiny were living, breathing proof of Lola's wild night. Dr. Greene and Mrs. Thompson finally had their answers. 2 litters, 2 fathers, and 1 set of identical twins turned out to be the reason for weeks of headaches. In all his years, Dr. Greene had never seen anything like it. Lola wasn't just a proud mom, she was a record-breaking one. Lola's story had a happy ending, 12 healthy puppies, a loving home, and a mystery that left even a seasoned vet in awe. But not every dog is that lucky. If you're considering bringing a pup into your life, one of the most important things you can do is have them spayed or neutered. It's less about preventing surprise litters and more about giving your dog a longer, healthier life. It also helps keep the number of homeless dogs down. Whether it's a 1 in a million pup like Miracle and Destiny or a shelter dog waiting for a home, every dog deserves a safe place, a full belly, and someone to love them.